Thank you. Thank you. Please. Hello, I'm Ferran Torres here with another episode of Late Dark Show. Okay, two major news happened about sports in last 1 week or two, something around that, the last 10 days, let's say. One of them was Spain won the World Cup final 2026. Yeah, so it shows we have so many Spanish fans in here. It gave us two lessons to learn from this tournament. One is, even though like Spain didn't have so many big stars, as much as like other teams had, but it showed like with the teamwork you can win, with the unity together, like with a good tactic. So it doesn't matter on the other side how many great players like Messi and how many Messis or how many referees are on the other side. If you work so hard, you can win. But also another lesson was Bibi's curse is real. Another event that happened was Conor McGregor versus Max Holloway 2 in the UFC. They were fighting and Conor injured himself in first round, 69 seconds after the fight started. He got injury on his knees, if I'm not mistaken, and the game was stopped. But like one thing is, why 69? Was it like for sake of trolling or something? Why not 70 or 68? But however, like he made, because apparently he made $30 million from that fight, so we calculated around $434,700 something dollars he made per second. Man, you think about like how much waste is there, like how much UFC wasted. Like instead of giving $30 million to Conor to come back after 5 years of layoff, because remember, last fight before this one was 5 years ago versus Dustin Poirier. Again, he got injured on his ankle. And from there, for 5 years after his last fight got injured, came to just again get injured after 69 seconds. You say like, what a waste, right? Basically, if we put two roosters to fight each other or two gorillas fighting each other, probably that would be more exciting and less boring and less wasteful. Even you remember when we were kids, on the glass that was raining and the drops of rains, they were coming down, and then we were picking one drop to race with the other drop to which one comes faster. That would be more exciting than Conor fights. But to make you feel even worse, that was Paramount and UFC that paid for that. We have something more wasteful that we are paying from our pocket, which is the war in the Middle East. Like around $130 billion we have wasted on the war of choice, that when we calculated it would be $10,000 per second, around 11,000 that we wasted for the war that still we don't know why we started in the first place. No, seriously, what was the point of regime change? Look at our resume. After 20 years, we changed Taliban with Taliban. And right now, we change Khamenei Senior with Khamenei Junior. We just refreshing things. Instead of calling it regime changing, we should call it regime refreshing. Or we are regime refreshener. Oh, seriously. Look, like prior to the war, we controlled Strait of Hormuz. And now we have lost it. We have lost everything that we had already before the war started. Right now, the goalpost has changed from regime change to just freeing the Strait of Hormuz, which was free before the war that we started, on behalf of our greatest ally. We get back to it. Wait for it for a second. But the Taliban also, we changed the Taliban with the Taliban Plus. Have you seen that recently when they came back to the power? They went to the gym with the gun in their hand on the shoulder, and then they didn't know even how to use those machines in the gym. Yeah, something like that. Now that I saw it again, I'm thinking right now, since we talked about Conor in the previous segment, that so he got injured, 5 years of layoff to come back to again get injured after 69 seconds. In that 5 years, if he moved to Afghanistan to work out with Taliban, instead of whatever group that he was practicing with, training with, if he practiced with the Taliban, probably he would last more than 69 seconds. Because also 69, haram. President Trump was addressing the nation, and he uncovered a secret that nobody knew but needed to know, especially right now in this critical moment. Take a look.
This data loss presents an unprecedented election security nightmare. The intelligence even shows that China assigned a data exploitation unit specifically to this new project. Compounding the travesty, the second set of documents we are releasing reveals that members of the deep state, very, very famous group of people, in many cases, in our intelligence agency work to actively suppress and downplay information about the extent of China's sinister election meddling, covering it up from both the president and the American people like nobody thought was possible.
Yes, China. It's so funny. Whenever Democrats get into power, they say Russia, Russia, Russia. Whenever Republicans get into power, they say China, China, China. But nobody says the elephant in the room, which is greatest ally. Exactly. We have to pay attention to China, what they are doing. You know, some people might say if China is meddling, as he said, so Israel probably is diddling. You don't know what diddling is? I mean, it has 3 distinct meanings. And all of them are appropriate to use. But in here, in Late Dark Show, we don't only give you dark jokes, but also we give you dark proofs. We back up everything that we say. We have dark receipt, dark evidence, dark documents, everything. Dark but real. So we want to show you why President Trump is right, and we have to be afraid of China's influence in our election and in general. Look, for example, did you know that was a guy, not only like he was talking about the hacking, stealing, influencing, all of that, but even he didn't mention about the blackmailing. It's totally dark, right? So did you know that was a Chinese spy? His name was Jeffrey Epstein. And he had an island with his temple. No, put the other temple. No. Yeah, with the temple. And he was blackmailing our politicians for China. Did you know that? Yeah. Did you know that 98% of our Congress is bought and is paid by ACEPAC? No, not APAC. Put the ACEPAC. Yeah, ACEPAC. America-Chinese PAC. They own 98% of our Congress. Even it gets darker. They own even our president. Did you know that all of our president, with the exception of JFK, that it was unfortunate what happened to him, with the exception of him, all of our presidents, they went to the Great Wall of China and kissed the wall? Not again, what are you doing? Not Wailing Wall. Put the Great Wall of China. Yeah, Great Wall of China. Yeah. Don't get distracted, but some people, they try to say, no, it is something else, someone else. On behalf of someone else, we went to the war. It's all China, just China. Yes. Okay, I have to end this episode with this. Apparently, Mo is done. Take a look.
Ceasefire over. Is the ceasefire done? Is the MOU dead?
It's a very interesting question. To me, I think it's over. I don't want to deal with them anymore. They're scum. You know what scum is? They're scum. They're sick people. They're led by sick people.
Look, we should talk more about Mo than meow. Mo is memorandum of understanding, of course, but meow is not cat's meow. It's Trump's meow, which is most embarrassing of words that he got us into. So we have to continue the fight and wasting all the resources without even knowing what is our objective. But in order to again visualize for you, you remember in the previous episodes, I explained the situation for Strait of Hormuz with the Britneys keep trying hard, like going and trying different clothes, and in the end with the knife. Now we're going to do it with Trump and the war with Iran. And in order to be related to the conversation that we previously had with the current previous event, actually the UFC, so we're going to use the Conor fight in here. You see the Conor is Trump and of course Max Holloway is Iran. So he wants to have a 2-3 days operations to just end it before even it started. So as soon as the war started, he started to kick, to knock out and finish everything before even it started. Iran dodged and he injured himself with closure of the Strait of Hormuz. And again, he stands up and said, no, we got it. After a ceasefire, no, we get it again. And again, he comes to do it again, the same, again with the kick. And this time, gas price surge. And this is how, in the wasteful event, he just lost the war that he started. So, as you guys are upset about how much of our money is being spent, I'm gonna go use the gym, hit the gym and see if I can do the workout. So maybe I could last longer than Conor, so I could make some money. If he could make 434,000 a second from the fight that was so wasteful, so maybe I can do even more. Goodbye. See you next time.